Graham, it's the fans, probably the best way to win a game with two such late goals. What about for the manager?
Listen, I'll take any win. I think it's great confidence for the players' character and personality, which we need to instill and bring out of them. Actually, it's not instill; it's there. We can see it in spells. I thought we started the game really well, deservedly 1-0 up, and then we just implode for 2 minutes, which we've obviously spoke about before. So that's something we have to correct. And I thought we should have come in at half time in front, but we didn't. And we challenged the players to show the character that's needed to win a game of football, and they've done that. So great credit to the players. The support stayed with us. The fitness of the guys was phenomenal again, and we're delighted with the 3 points. There's games to win in an easier fashion, without a shadow of a doubt, but the elation, you got to suck that up and sort of add it to your armour, because it is a brilliant way to win. A terrible way to lose, I know that, but it's a brilliant way to win.
5-3, a 1-0, and now that. I mean, you're longing for a 2 or 3 at some point.
3 points. 3 points, I'll take them. Listen, I've been in the game long enough that wins come in all shapes and sizes and fashions, and I think successful teams find different ways to win games, and I think that's what we've done in all 3 league games, to be honest. I thought we had a better squad today to go into that game, a stronger squad, and it's come up trumps with obviously Ash creating a couple of the goals. And Matt Dennis getting the winner, so delight for everybody.
Dennis will take a lot of plaudits, and it's one of those stories, I suppose, where it didn't look necessarily like he would be part of the squad going into the season, or even a week or two ago. And you mentioned him a couple of weeks ago, and there he is scoring the winner.
Yeah, he's only not been in the squad because he's been injured. We pushed him as much as any of the other players at the start of pre-season. We saw the quality or the attributes that he has, which we feel would help us be successful. But unfortunately, he broke down in training, in pre-season training. So he's been out. He's only trained with us since Monday, and bit parts really because of our game on Tuesday. So we had limited training time. So I was thinking about putting him on at half time, but because of his lack of training, I thought we had to save him for a little bit longer, and because you don't know how long the game's going to last for. But he gave us a physical presence, allowed us to get up the pitch a little bit more, and he took his goal really well. But I'm delighted for the players, because at half time I'm sure they'd been there before, some of them, and coming out lambs to the slaughter, but he didn't show that. I thought we took the game by the scruff of the neck in the first 15 minutes. Then it went a bit damp, bit quiet, and then we picked it up again once we got that equaliser and finished a stronger team.
Jonathan Lecco was making sure his voice was heard in the first half. Is that you, as a manager, happy when a player kind of gives their side of it, shall we say?
What do you mean? His
first half?
Yeah, he gave his.
Did he? He just looked a little bit like he was making sure that his voice was heard.
To me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. But don't let it get to that point. I think he knows. I spoke to him at half time. Listen, if you're going to show that, show it from minute 1. Show it from minute 1. Go and be with your team and compete with your team. We know of John's attributes, his abilities, but if you're not going to compete and you're not going to run as hard as you can, and if you're not going to burst your lungs, then you're going to get me on your back. Simple as. And that's for everybody. We can't carry anybody. And listen, John has been superb for us in the first 4 games, but he weren't at the races in the first half. I'm going to be honest with the players. I'd like to do it indoors, but when the game's going on, I have to do say what I mean to do. Listen, the players know I'm honest, and I'm upfront with them. I care for them. I want them to be better. I want to push them, drag them, pull them, however it is, to be better as players, as people. And I don't mind conflict. I think conflict is healthy if there's a trust there, and I trust John, and I hope John trusts me.
Finally, just for me, we talked a lot about the squad depth, and you fielded a lot of questions about it, and it was and you touched on it actually a few minutes ago, but 2 players, Ash Hunter and obviously Matt Dennis from the bench, So a bit more, I suppose, from your point of view, you must be delighted to see two players come on and make such an impression.
Yeah, we need more of it. I thought there was an impact from some of the subs on Tuesday, not all of them. I thought it was today, and we need players up and ready to come on and take their opportunity to help the team. We're going to need more than 11 players all this season. We say that, we talk, so when we train the lads who ain't in the first team incredibly hard, it's so they go on that pitch and take their opportunity. That's what it is. If we don't do that as a group of people and look after these boys and as in push them to the limits, when they get on there, they're not going to be able to do the job. So we have to work exceptionally hard. We don't want to leave any player behind. We want them as strong as they possibly can be, because we need all of them, absolutely all of them. And if we can add one or two before the window, I think that'd be a great boost for the squad that's doing exceptionally well to win throughout the first 4 league games.
Something that I think you hinted at a few weeks ago was that potentially there'd be games where previously last season, for example, they might have folded. I mean, it was a fiery battle. There was tempers flaring all over the pitch. There was some crunching tackles flying in. That shows that your side has got that little bit of backbone again.
Look, I'm not going to sort of relate it to last season, because it's not for me. It's not for me. But I know what I see in my team. So if we're not showing that fighting commitment, it's nothing to do with last season. It's now. It's here and now, and we have to. It's about what we do right here and now. And we challenged the players at half time. They've obviously gone on to take that challenge head on. Won the second half 2-0. Win the game 3-2. So little by little, bit by bit, we're building their confidence in each other, their self-esteem, their will to win, because it's there. Like I said, we're not just. It's not like something that they haven't got within them somewhere. Because if you're a professional footballer, you've had to compete for a lot of years to become a professional footballer. It's just finding it and reigniting it and making sure it's alive and burning from minute one all the way through a game. And you burst your lungs and then someone else comes on and does it for the team. That's how I see it. We know we have good quality in this team, without a shadow of a doubt, within each individual, and we showed them that yesterday in training and today with some video footage and clips. But you've got to go out onto the arena and do it. But it's not enough just to be a good passer or have a nice touch. Or it's not enough. This is professional elite sport that you have to compete on every level. Honestly, I read so many other managers talking about their teams at the top level, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, all these, and they're talking about their training intensity and their commitment and their aggression, their speed. And that's the best players in the world that have to add that to their game. So we're not good enough to not have that in our team. I'm not a good enough manager to walk around just talking tactics and not actually work my nuts off every single day. And the players are the same. So as soon as we get that and get that instilled, it becomes them instilling it themselves, and we'll create a really good team and a team that the players really enjoy being in. And listen, change rooms bouncing, and so it should, because that's a brilliant way to win a game, coming back from behind like that. So we will enjoy this week of training for first time in since
relief, right?
Yeah, well, we looked at it the other day, and since before the Wrexham game we've had one training session. That hasn't been a prep before a game or a regeneration session. So it'll be good to get some training into some of the guys. Well, all of the guys look back and review what we've done in the first 4 games, and then obviously hit the game hard next week.
Mo with 4 in 4. I mean, it could have been a hat-trick in that first half. Couldn't have one off the line and then another one that was just clipped over the top. But he's in decent scoring form at least. Yeah,
I think like I said, I felt we should have been ahead at half time. Okay, we gave 2 awful goals away, but we certainly created opportunities to score. And I think the defender got a touch on the one that went over the bar from Mo. But I think that's his second ever header. I think after last week. So look, we know that we've got goal scorers, but we can still help him be better and get better. But fair play to him. It was a great finish, as was last week, and long may it continue.